What's good YouTube? Today I'm back doing the video and today I'm going to be hosting a YouTube basketball 1v1 tournament. The way I made this video work was by going to this website called Tournament Bracket Generator. Here I included 32 of the most popular YouTube hoopers and generated a bracket. As you see, it's quite similar to the March Madness style, and well, we got a ton of good matchups right here. From Frigar playing Slim to Jailu playing Cage Showtime, this video is about to get spicy. Disclaimer though, I only included YouTube entertainers and not professional guys like Devon in the Lab, Filet, and others. I feel like these guys are all in a different level, and to just make things fair and more interesting, I only included YouTube entertainers. Now without further ado, let's get into this bracket. For the first matchup, we got Cash Nasty versus DC Heat. This one right here is a really tough one because we know Cash has Hall of Fame clans, but DC Heat can also hoop. With his big frame, the guy can drive at a high level and also shoot the lights out from downtown. I mean, there's a reason why he dropped 100 points in a recent league. However, like I said earlier, Cash has been known for being a pesky defender, a guy that will get in your head and not make things easier for you. Also, with his recent improvement from the top of the key, he can pretty much beat anyone on a good day. However, I still got DC Heat winning this matchup. It will go down to the wire for sure, and Cash will stick around, but with DC Heat's incredible shooting ability and shifty handles, I feel like he will prevail. Now for the second matchup, we got Uncle Scoop versus Nick Briz. Honestly, this one is a no-brainer, and it's obvious that Scoop will annihilate Nick Briz. I mean, you're talking about a guy that just be moved for $2,500 as well as the winner of T-Max 1v1 League. Obviously, Nick could still hit some tough buckets inside, but with his horrible defense and overall cocky mindset, Scoop will easily humble him. Now for the third matchup, we got Jay Jones versus Chris White. This matchup right here is kind of unfortunate because Jay Jones is an amazing guard, but I just cannot see him stopping Chris White in a 1v1. With his 6'6" frame, Chris could easily body him in the paint and shoot over him. Obviously, I still think that Jay could make this a dogfight and get a couple of strips on defense, but just the size advantage is too much. Now for the fourth matchup, we got Illuminati versus MK. This one right here is also a really tough one to decide. Obviously, we all know that Illuminati used to be goated back then at basketball and could have probably dropped most of the people on this list. However, we're talking about 2022 right now. MK is currently in his best shape and getting better each video. I know that man can get cocky, but he's still a bucket getter that can dunk on you. At the same time though, Illuminati will be the perfect guy to humble MK. I mean, he did play in that league this year where he averaged 28 points and 19 rebounds per game. This one's really tough, man. I really do not know, but if I had to choose, I'd probably go with MK, just because the man has been more active this year and taking basketball way more seriously. Like I said earlier, if this was like 3 or 4 years ago, Illuminati will easily win. However, as of right now, I got MK. Now for the fifth matchup, we got Ken Wilder versus Jada. It's kind of hilarious that we got this matchup on the spot considering their history and how they are on the same park team, but when it comes to 1v1s, I got Ken winning. I mean, he's definitely the more skilled guy, and knowing how he just tried out for the Raptors G League team, he will definitely beat Jada. Don't get me wrong, it could still be a close game since Jada is quite physical, but Cam is just too good of a 3-point shooter to lose this game. Now for the sixth matchup, we got Geowise versus Duke Dennis. Honestly, I do not think that I need to explain myself here because Geowise is the worst basketball hooper on YouTube. On the other hand, Duke is an athletic hooper and a guy that will put you on clans whenever he wants to. Therefore, I got Duke winning this game by a mile, and it might be 11-save. I mean, when Duke is locked in, he will literally dunk and swat the shit out of Geo every time. Now for the seventh matchup, we got Kenny Shao versus Drifty J. This one right here is quite more interesting than some of you may think. Obviously, we all know that whenever Kenny plays Drifty J, he turns into Steph Curry and can barely miss. However, the last time they played was 8 months ago, and Kenny is slightly different now. He's super inconsistent when it comes to his shot, plays no defense, and is literally losing to middle schoolers. On the other hand, Drifty J is getting better each video and growing as a 3-level scorer. With his size, he's starting to build way more confidence and getting his back deeper. With that in mind, I got Drifty J beating Kenny for sure. It could be a close game or it could be a blowout, but I just think Drifty J got this one. He's way more consistent than Kenny, and if he really wanted to, he could just shoot over him the entire game. Now for the 8th matchup, we got Scar versus A-Milli. Once again, we got a really close matchup right here. As we all know, both of these guys are known for being really shifted and gifted offensive players. Scar's about to play JUCO basketball, while A-Milli is making a career of himself in Baller's life. Damn, this one right here is really tough and it could go to either person. Honestly, if I had to pick someone, I will go with Scar. Like I said, it will come down to a last shot and A-Milli could definitely win, but I just believe that Scar will prevail with his size. Since he has great basketball IQ, I feel like he could just bully A-Milli in the final seconds and create easier shots for himself. Now, we just completed the left side of the bracket fully, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the standings are accurate so far, or do you think I'm tripping? Let me know in the comments. Now let's complete the right side of the bracket. For the first matchup in the right bracket, we got Fly Reacts versus AJ Lapre. Now this one right here is quite obvious. Even though AJ has not posted too much content this year, he's still a bucket. With his crazy length, the man can heat up from downtown and get to the basket with ease. On the other hand, Fly has not won a single game this year and has lost to guys like Geo, Miles Brown, and even a middle schooler. That should tell you enough information on who wins this matchup, and I guarantee you that AJ will destroy him. Now for the second matchup, we got Bree Green versus Yester. This matchup right here is actually quite interesting. Both Bree and Yester are known for their elite shooting ability and quick handles. They can score in a variety of ways and are also known for being pretty bad defenders. However, I still got Yester winning this one. He's a little bit more consistent than Bree, and if there's anything on the line, you know Jester is going to fight for it. Now for the third matchup, we got Ellis versus Hoopin' Life. Once again, we got a really tough matchup right here. As we all know, Ellis is an elite shot creator that can score in many ways as well as play smart defense. However, Hoopin' Life can also do the same things at a high level. He's a streaky shooter that gives his heart out on defense. However, with how consistent Ellis is, I got him winning this one. When it comes to late game situations, I feel like he will make the right adjustments to stop Hoopin' Life and take over. Now for the fourth matchup, we got Jailu versus Cage Showtime. This one right here might honestly be the toughest matchup of this video. With Jailu, he probably has the best handles on YouTube outside of Scar and TJazz, while Cage Showtime is one of the best defenders on YouTube. Also, both are known for being huge trash talkers, which will make this game even more exciting. However, knowing the skill set and IQ that Jailu has, I got him winning this one. His shot creation is just more and more versatile than Cage Showtime's, and he also has that clutch gene in his veins. Overall, this game will be top notch regardless, and I hope that they can make this happen soon. Now for the fifth matchup, we got Marcellus versus NotSoAirJordan. This one's probably the easiest matchup in this video, and it's clear that Marcellus will destroy NotSoAirJordan. No disrespect to him, but I do not think that there's a world where Marcellus loses to this same guy right here. Yes, he could hit a 3 from here and there, but Marcellus is a different breed. He's an elite scorer that can finish in bunches as well as clamp you up when needed. With that in mind, I can see this game being short and quick, with Marcellus probably laughing at him during the whole game. Now for the sixth matchup, we got TJazz versus Ellis. This matchup is a weird one because we're talking about a guard against a center once again. With that in mind, most of you may go with Ellis right here, but I honestly got TJazz winning. With Ellis being a slow and an inconsistent defender, I feel like TJazz could just blow by him and finish at the rim effectively. Also, since Ellis is a shooting type big man, TJazz could get some stuffs and pull off an upset. Don't get me wrong, Ellis is insanely talented, but TJazz is just on another world. Now for the seventh matchup, we got Devonte Frigar versus Slim Reaper. Once again, this is a really interesting matchup. We all know that Slim is an athletic freak that can finish at the rim with style, while Frigar is one of the most gifted 3-level scorers in the scene. However, knowing how Slim is a poor defender, I got Frigar beating him. I mean, if he really gets going, Frigar's an unstoppable force on the court, and I feel like Slim will get exposed with his bad habits. Now for the 8th and final matchup, we got CamSmooth versus Ryan Crash Tomi. This matchup right here will be so fun to watch considering their playstyles. With Cam, we all know that he's one of the most talented hoopers in the community, while Crash is a top-notch defender. Man, this game right here will be so tough, and I could see it going down to the last second. However, if I had to choose the winner, I have to go with Cam. I mean, just his skill set alone should get him this victory, and I feel like Crash could be limited offensively if Cam locks him down. And now we finally completed the entire first round. I feel like everything's pretty accurate so far, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Now with that being said, let's get into the second round matchups. For the first matchup, we got DC Heat versus Uncle Scoop. Honestly, this will be an amazing game to watch. We know that DC Heat is a lengthy sharpshooter, while Uncle Scoop is a two-way guard that can pretty much do anything. However, the difference factor in this game will be DC Heat's lack of perimeter defense. This will be crucial for Scoop, who's mainly a slasher to the basket. With that in mind, I got him winning this matchup over DC Heat. It will not be entirely a blowout since DC can also shoot, but I just think that Scoop could easily get in his head and just get this victory. Now for the second matchup, we got Chris Y versus MK. It's really crazy how we already got this matchup early on in the second round, considering their history and beef. Anyways, when it comes to straight up 1v1s, this is gonna be a dogfight. Obviously, we know that Chris Y is a post demon, while MK is an athletic freak that can shoot decently from downtown. With that being said, I can honestly see this game going down to the wire. I mean, the amount of trash talking and straight up energy in this game is going to be crazy. However, if I had to choose a winner, I have to go with MK. I know this may shock some of you, but MK has shown in his past videos that he can hold his own against big bodies. I mean, that's how he won the HOH tournament against Cash Nasty, and I feel like he could translate that into this 1v1. Also, with his insane speed to the basket, I feel like Chris will have some trouble guarding that. Therefore, I got MK winning this game. Now for the third matchup, we got Cam Wilder versus Duke Dennis. This one right here is honestly really tough to decide. Both of these guys have similar playstyles and mostly rely on their 3-point shooting. Also, they have pretty decent handles and can both finish at the basket through contact. Man, this is really tough and it could go to either person. However, if I had to choose a winner, I have to slightly pick Cam Wilder. I mean, the man is way more consistent from downtown and can also make pretty smart adjustments during clutch situations. Don't get me wrong though, Duke will keep this game close due to his energetic defense, but I just feel like Cam's fundamental game will help him prevail. Now for the fourth matchup, we got Drifty J versus Scar. This one right here is pretty interesting. Both of these guys also have similar playstyles and are known for their incredible shiftiness. Scar loves to create around the mid-range area, while Drifty loves that step back 3-pointer. Honestly, I could see this game including a lot of Sports Center type highlights, but ultimately I got Scar winning this one. He's way more experienced than Drifty J, has better basketball IQ, and just has that trash talking mindset that can get into Drifty's head. Now moving on to the right side of the bracket, we got AJ Lapre versus Jester. This matchup right here is also pretty interesting, but off the gate, I could see AJ destroying Jester. Even though Jester is talented offensively, his defense is horrible and that just wouldn't work well against AJ. Like I said in part 1, the man is a consistent sniper from downtown and also an aggressive slasher that could dunk over you. Therefore, I can see Jester having trouble guarding that, and with AJ's length on defense, I feel like he will also be forced to take a lot of bad shots. Now for the second matchup in the right side of the bracket, we got Ellis versus Jailu. This matchup right here will literally be the battle of shiftiness. Both of these guys are insanely skilled offensively and can play great defense whenever they want to. Damn, this is really tough. I mean, both of these guys really have that mindset and passion to take over a game. They're super consistent and versatile on the floor, which will make this game entertaining as hell. However, if I had to pick a winner, I got Jailu winning. It will be a 1-point difference honestly, and Ellis could also win, but I just feel like Jailu is a little bit more clutch and will hit one of those wild shots to finish the game. Now for the third matchup in the right side of the bracket, we got Marcellus versus TJazz. Once again, this is an insanely tough one. With TJazz, we know that he has amazing handles and one of the most consistent jumpers on YouTube. On the other hand, Marcellus is all about the fundamentals and is literally the smartest player on the platform. He has active hands on defense, can get in your head with his trash talking, and is extremely quick with the ball. With that in mind, I feel like an upset will occur right here and Marcellus will beat TJazz. I mean, fundamentals and IQ beats talent 90% of the time, and I feel like TJazz will have trouble going past Marcellus. Also, TJazz is not the best on-ball defender, so I feel like Marcellus will be able to create pretty easily for himself. Yes, I know some of you are shocked right now, are probably cursing at me in the comments, but Cell is indeed like that and is capable of beating half of the basketball community. Now for the fourth and last matchup on the second round, we got Devonte Frigar versus CamSmooth. Obviously, we know the history between these two guys and how both are gifted offensively. They have amazing dribble combos and both put their heart out on the court. However, when it comes to this specific 1v1 game and the value behind it, I got Frigar beating Cam. Obviously, it will still be a close game and it could go down to a last shot, but I just don't see Frigar losing this one. Nowadays, he knows Cam's game pretty well and will force the man to take some bad shots. Also, knowing how Cam could slack on defense and have brain farts, Frigar will prevail and advance to the quarterfinals. Now with that being said, we just completed the second round of the bracket. A lot of upsets and battles have occurred, and this is only the beginning. Now with that being said, let's get into this quarterfinals. First off, in the quarterfinals, we got Uncle Scoob versus MK. This right here will be a really exciting matchup to watch, but ultimately I got Scoob beating MK. First of all, Scoob is the perfect guy to humble him. Since he is from the trenches, MK will not be able to have those flashy dunks on Scoob and will not be able to do those disrespectful celebrations afterwards. Also, MK will struggle against the hardcore defense that he has while also guarding Scoob. Therefore, I got Scoob advancing to the semifinals. Now for the second quarterfinal matchup, we got Cam Wilder versus Scar. Just by looking at this matchup, most of you may go with Cam Wilder, but I'm honestly picking Scar. I feel like he's the perfect player to contain Cam, as he has the length, the IQ, and the coordination to do so. Also, with Cam being pretty bad defensively, Scar will play around with him all game and maybe even drop him to the floor. Therefore, I got Scar winning this game, with the score probably being around 11-5. Now moving on to the right side of the bracket, we got AJ Lapre versus Jailu. This one right here is pretty interesting and I would love to watch this happen one day. However, I'm still picking AJ due to the fact that he has a crazy size advantage over Jailu. If you did not know, AJ is 6'5" and he's someone that would not fall for all those shifty dribbles. Also, Jailu will have a nightmare guarding a 6'5" forward in the post, as AJ can both shoot and slash at a high level. Therefore, I got AJ advancing to the semifinals. Now to finish off the quarterfinals, we got Marcellus versus Devonte Frigo. Man, this matchup right here will be crazy and they need to make it happen soon. Both guys can shoot, defend, and make clutch plays when it matters the most. However, I have to slightly prick Frigo because once again, the size advantage. I know Marcellus is quick on his feet and can get a couple of stops, but Frigo's literally a different monster. He's really good at adjusting to certain people, and I just feel like Frigo will heat up and dominate in the paint. The game will still be pretty close though. I just think that Frigo will win thanks to his versatility. Now it's time to get into the semifinals. We're almost there to top off the tournament, so make sure you guys comment your thoughts so far. For the first semi-final matchup, we got Uncle Scoop versus Scar. Now we know that these two guys have played in the past and the game was really close. Both guys know their moves really well and are very skilled offensively. However, I have to pick Scoop for this one. I mean, he's the quicker person and he's one of the only players that can stop shifty guards. Also, I feel like Scar could have some troubles guarding that quick first step that Scoop has, which leads me to advance Scoop to the finals. Now for the next semi-final matchup, we got AJ Lapre versus Devonte Frigar. Man, this one right here will also be a really tough one. Just like the Scoop and Scar, both of these guys have had their history before and played about 2 years ago. They can both shoot, have pretty decent size, and are pretty good defensively. Damn, this could actually go to either person and it will really depend on who's hot that day. However, knowing how better Frigar has gotten since that 1v1 in 2020, I feel like he would beat AJ in a close matchup. He's way more quicker than before, takes smarter shots, and has improved his defense tremendously. Also, I feel like AJ's lateral quickness isn't the best nowadays, so Frigar will be able to hit some pretty easy shots inside. Once again, a really close matchup, but I have to advance Frigar to the finals. Now the time has finally come, the championship game between Uncle Scoop and Devonte Frigar. Now this one right here will literally be one of the best matchups on YouTube. I would really love to see this happen one day, as both players are pretty similar offensively and defensively. Once again, this game will go down to the last second, and I'm imagining right now a last second type shot. Therefore, some of you may go with Scoop, but I just feel like Frigar will prevail with one of those step back shots that he makes. Also, knowing Frigar's big frame, I feel like he will respond pretty well to Scoop's energy and create some great shots off the dribble. Like I said, this could also go to Scoop, but I just feel like Frigar's defense is way too underrated nowadays. I can see him getting some huge stops in the final seconds, which leads me to picking Devonte Frigar as the 1v1 champion. And that pretty much concludes this video. What do you guys think of this tournament? Do you guys agree with my picks, or do you think I'm tripping? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a new banger. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace out.